second grade parents, we are excited as we are getting ready to send home those March and April parent packets. In your parent packet this time, as always, we have a reading activity and a math activity. So let me show you what the reading activity is this time. Your child, as they begin to read, learn about narrative text structure, and that is just stories. The Three Little Pigs, The Lion and the Mouse, stories about people. Sometimes they're about animals. I know in second grade, they have fables that they learn. So with those, we have story elements with that narrative structure. The ones we're going to focus on is our characters, setting, problem, solution. Okay? In your packet, you've got a couple of other ones, plot and theme, and they have not learned that terminology yet. So what we want you to do is, in there you've got several sheets like this. You cut them up, turn them all upside down, shuffle them a little, and then let your child choose one. For example, the first one I chose was Lion and Mouse. Now, which heading is that going to go under? Characters, setting, problem, solution. Of course, it's going to go under characters. Now, if your child needs a little extra, just say, so characters are people or animals. Is this a person or animal? That might be a little hint there. Okay, let's do next. Next we have the mouse frees the lion from the trap by eating the rope. So in this story, is that the problem or the solution? It's the solution. So you would place this under solution. The problem, if you're unfamiliar with this little fable, is that the lion gets caught in the rope. Now, here's a place, jungle, okay? So again, we know that's the setting, but as your child is thinking about it, ask them, well, what is the setting? Hopefully they're going to know, well, it's the place the story occurs. So help them think through this. Well, what is a jungle? And talk about a jungle. So it also gives you that opportunity to talk about some vocabulary that your child might be unsure of. So we just place that under setting. And you get the picture. We've got 3 pages of those where you can just go through, talk about them. I would even let your child read whatever they're bringing home to read. If it's a narrative, let them tell you who the characters are, what the setting is. Well, what's the problem in that story? Well, how did they solve it? You use those words in your language as you're talking with your child about the books. You can also get them to write about them. So there's lots of things to do with those narrative story elements. Now let's take a look at our math activity. Now let's take a look at this math game we have. It's called Counting Money. Now we have a couple of tokens and some dice to play with. We're going to start right here. You roll the dice. You get a 3. 1, 2, 3. It says 3 dimes. Hopefully your child knows that a dime is 10 cents. They would go 10, 20, 30, or they may just know 30. Or if they're not there yet, you need to get some money out. I know we don't have as much laying around change as we used to. Get the money out and have it available for them, remind them this is 10 cents. A dime is 10 cents. Maybe write a 10 up under it to let them know. And they could say 10 plus 10 plus 10. So doesn't matter how they find it, but if they're unable to find the answer or the amount of money, you need to provide those different strategies to help. Okay, so with that said, basically it's that same thing. So if I'd have gotten 4, then I would have just kept going. But what if I came up here and I've got a little slide? So you would say the number and then you'd have to slide down and say the one at the bottom. But if you come across a ladder, you could tell me what 2 quarters plus 1 nickel is, and you could climb the ladder. So it's a cute little money game. Make it fun. Don't put stress on them. If you have to, work together with some real money to count the amount of money and show them how you count. Show them, remind them of how much each is worth. Have fun with this. And as always, thank you for partnering with Lawrence County Schools as we develop proficient readers, writers, and mathematicians. See you next time.